Fourth grade into math, lesson 5.7. Use equations to solve multi-step problems. I can use equations to solve multi-step problems. Spark your learning. The apple tree grew so many apples that Leah filled 7 baskets with 13 apples each to take to the school picnic. Once there, Leah gave apples to everyone who passed by. At the end of the day, she had 46 apples left. How many apples did she pass out? So it's, of course, a multi-step problem, so it's not just going to be one step. So we're going to draw our information, 7 baskets with 13 apples, and then as each person passed by, she gave some out. She had 46 left. How many apples did she pass out? So our first step is going to be 13 times 7 to figure out how many total apples we have. 7 times 3 is 1. Carry my 2. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 2 is 9. So we have 91 total apples. Then we need to figure out how many she passed out. So we're going to take 91 minus 46. 1 becomes an 11. The 9 becomes an 8. So 11 minus 6 is 5. 8 minus 4 is 4. So Leah passed out 45 apples. Build understanding number 1. Malik collects stamps in an album that has 48 pages. He puts 8 stamps on each of the first 6 pages. He puts 15 stamps on each of the next 9 pages. How many stamps are in Malik's album? So 8 on the first 6, 15 on the next 9, and then how many stamps are in Malik's album? How can you show what is happening in the problem? So first of all, we could draw a picture if we wanted to, and then represent boxes and have the number of stamps for each page there is. Is there any information that the problem has that we do not need? So we don't need to know that there's 58 pages. It doesn't say they used all of it. What will the answer tell us? It'll tell us how many total stamps Malik has. What do you need to do to first solve the problem? So we would first take 8 times 6, which equals 48. Then we would take 15 times 9, which would be 9 times 5, which is 45. So put 5, carry the 4. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 4 is 13. So then I would take 135 plus 48 to find the total amount. So 13, carry the 1, 8, 1. So 183 stamps. And then our Y is because then we did our steps up on letter C. So there are 183 stamps in Malik's album. Step it out. Number 2. On Monday and Tuesday, Ann bikes to the beach and back home. On Thursday and Friday, Ann bikes to the park and back home. How many miles does Ann ride her bike? So now we have the information we need to solve. So Monday and Tuesday, she bikes to the beach and back home. So that's 2 days. Then Thursday and Friday, she goes to the park and back home. So that's 2 days. So we're actually going to circle that because we usually circle our information. And then how many miles does Ann need? So that's what we're looking for. So write an equation to follow the number of miles Ann finds to and from each location. So for the beach to back home, she does that 2 days, and then she does that, or 2 times, and then for 2 days, so going to the beach, and then is 12 miles, and coming back home is another 12, and then it's 12, okay? The park, she does that for there and back, so that's 2 there and back is 2 for 2 days, and then times 8 miles for the park. Okay, so then they want us to show an equation that would find that answer. So we would group 2 times 2 times 12 plus the 2 times 2 times 8. So 2 times 2 is 4. So 4 times 12, which is 48, plus 2 times 2, which is 4, times 8 is 32. So 8 plus 2 is 10. Put a 0, carry the 1. 1 plus 4 plus 3 is 8. So 80 miles. And then, of course, we have our vocabulary, so we use the parentheses, so that helps us know order of operation. And it is a set of rules that gives the order in which calculations are done. From left to right, first multiply and divide, and then add and subtract. So whatever is in the parentheses, we do that first, and then go on and continue working on the problem as we did on part C. Check understanding. Find the product, show your work. Corey goes to the store with $25 to spend. He buys 3 packages of baseball cards. Each package costs $6. How much money does Corey have now? So we need to pull out our stuff. So we have a total of $25. He bought 3 packages, which each one costs $6. How much money does Corey have now? So our first step is to figure out how much money Corey spent. So we would take 6 times 3 and get 18. And then we would take 25 minus 18 to get 7. So $7. Or to do order of operations, he would have started with 25 and then we would have subtracted the 6 times 3. On your own, number 2, model with mathematics. Evan has 2 pieces of rope that are the same length. He needs 75 feet of rope to build a bridge. How much more rope does Evan need? So we have our 4 pieces, the 75 feet, and then the 13 feet. What do you need to do first to solve the problem? So we need to figure out how much he needs total to get him the amount he's going to need for his whole thing. So we're going to have to take 13 times 4, which equals 12. Carry the 1. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So he needs 52 feet. Oh, and we just did the second part, ran an equation to find the answer to the first step. So we just did that. Then about how much more rope does Evan need? Okay, so he needs a total of 75, but he only has 52. So we need to take 75 minus 52, which gives us 23 feet. Write an equation to figure that out. Okay, so we knew about was like the 75 and then there would be about 50, so about 25. So our about part would be the 75 minus the 50, which gets you 25. So then this equation right here would have went down here for that, and 23 feet is about 25. So Evan, so we know it's a reasonable answer. So Evan needs about 23 more feet of rope. And then we just said why it's reasonable because the 23 is close to the 25. So that gets us close to our answer. Use the order of operations and find the value of n. So you need to always work left to right and always do multiplication, division first, and then subtraction and addition. So in order for us to do that first, we are going to put parentheses around our numbers to tell us what to do first. So I am going to take 40 times 8 first. 40 times 8 is 320 minus 7 times 3 is 21. So now I take 320 minus 21, which that's pretty easy. We take away the 20, that gets us 300, and we need to take away one more, so that gets us 300. Number 4, order of operations again. You always do multiplication, division first, and then addition, subtraction next. So we do have a multiplication sign, so I need to put parentheses around that and do it first. So now I'm going to rewrite it as 32 plus 2 times 35. I wasn't sure I could work it over to the side and write it vertically, but 2 times 35 is 70 minus 8. So that equals 32 plus 70 is 102 minus 8. So if I take away 2, I'm at 100, and if I take away 6 more, I'm at 94.